Alright, as you all may know, recently Bernie Mac and Isaac Hayes both died. And I remember hearing about both deaths and then like mass texting my friends, you know, because I'm kind of like the Reaper. I basically deliver death news. When I heard Bernie Mac was dead, you know, I was on my way to a Japanese fair. I was talking to my friend Raven on the bus and she goes, yo, Bernie Mac died. And I'm like, yo, word, dead ass? And he's like, yeah. She goes, yeah, nigga was 50. And I'm like, shit, yo. So I start texting niggas and they're like, word, he's dead, blah, blah, blah. People bugging out. And I'm like, yeah, he's dead, man. I don't know, some wild shit. Yo, then the next day, Isaac Hayes died. I do the same thing. And I'm like, okay, everybody starts to have a different reaction. Because I notice people have, you know, different cultural backgrounds and situations. My friend Lynn and Mari, they both go, death comes in threes. And I'm thinking, what the fuck does that mean? I've heard a bunch of old niggas say that shit. But I'm like, what do you mean? Like, okay, three, like one black actor gonna die, so the other one gonna die, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, does that mean if a bitch I can't stand dies, two more bitches that I can't stand gonna die? That kind of makes me seem like the killer. If that's the case, like, oh, that bitch dead, I hate her. She killed that bitch, didn't she? Two more bitches died, I'm in jail. So I'm like, all right, if that's the case, then who's next? So I'm like, yo, Bill Cosby gonna kick the bucket next, right? That's an old colored man. And somebody was like, yo, I said the same shit. And then Gabby was like, yo, watch it be Denzel or something fucked up like that, some accidental shit. She go, I hope it's a coincidence. I don't like that shit. And I'm like, yo, I don't like that shit either. It's creepy. Then I find out Isaac Hayes and Bernie Mac were in a movie together with Samuel L. Jackson. And I'm like, oh shit, if Samuel L. Jackson dies, I'ma bug the fuck out. I'm gonna be so upset. That means that some shit was on that set, like some voodoo shit, like they said with that fucking Poltergeist movie. If anybody ever heard the Curse of the Poltergeist movie, like a bunch of shit had happened, like everybody on that set got fucked up in some way, shape, or form. And I'm like, wait, people always say you make more money when you're dead. Watch Samuel L. Jackson put roots on Bernie Mac and Isaac Hayes both, so both the niggas could die and mad people come see the movie when it come out. And I'm like, oh shit, that's fucked up. And I'm like, yo, Liz, Isaac Hayes died. And she goes, yeah, that's on some Scientology bullshit. Tom Cruise has something to do with that shit. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, he probably caught Tom Cruise and John Travolta fucking around and they had him whacked. And she goes, yo, we both going to hell with gasoline drawers on. And I'm like, hey, talking about dead people ain't that bad. Betty Davis said, my mother always said to speak kindly of the dead. She's dead. I'm glad. She said that shit about Joan Crawford. I love the fact that she hated her and just kept it real. If only everybody could keep it that real. So you know what? In closing, if death comes in threes, man, yo, I'm in some deep shit.